Hello there, I'm meteorologist Lily Aldrich. Just me today, hanging out with you guys and giving you your weather updates throughout the entire day today. It's looking quite nice for your Friday though. It's pretty dry, it's pretty mild out there. It's a good holiday weekend coming up into this weekend because hey, Sunday we do have a slight chance of getting some rain chances back in the forecast. So keep that in mind. Dry today, nice and mild for your Juneteenth, and along with all the weekends the events we have in Columbus this weekend, it's looking pretty good overall for your chances. We do have a slight chance of having some weekend rain coming in on around Sunday night. Just keep that in mind for your plans on Father's Day. But we do have that heavier rain returning later in the evening, so keep that in mind. Today's forecast, though, absolutely beautiful. Partly cloudy, 78 degrees. Have lots of sunshine in your forecast today. I actually saw outside earlier. Plenty of clouds out there. It's a great day to get outside, and it's going to stay like that until pretty much tomorrow. We do have a slightly gustier winds, 10-15 miles per hour. Just keep that in mind if you're going out. It's going to feel quite nice if you go out, though. 79 degrees topping off for your high today. A little bit cool down by the time you hit 11, 12, midnight tonight. Just keep that in mind. It's going to be pretty nice overall today. Here are those winds I was telling you about. It's going to be a little bit gustier today for your Friday. This is around 4 p.m. We're seeing gusts of around 20 to 25 miles per hour in some areas. So it's going to be a little bit windy as you get outside, but overall it's going to feel quite nice. Our dew points are pretty down, and that's not going to stay that way throughout the rest of the week. By the time you hit 7, 8 o'clock tonight, it's going to cool down a little bit for those wind gusts. You're going to get a little bit more of a lighter breeze over in Columbus, seeing gusts of around 12 miles per hour by the time you hit 10 o'clock tonight. So overall, it's looking pretty nice. Here's your tomorrow forecast, though. Warming up ever so slightly as you get around into 5, 6 o'clock, topping off right around 80 degrees around 5. A little bit more clouds in the sky, and I do see a chance of having maybe a pop-up shower or two on your Saturday night. But for the most part, it's not going to be any kind of washout. The next chance of heavier rain comes in around Sunday, I'd say. But here's your forecast for tomorrow. If you want to go out and grill anytime, it's looking really good. 79 by the time you hit 3 p.m. But like I said, a little bit more clouds in the sky tomorrow. So just keep that in mind. If you're going out, it's going to feel nice. Maybe try to seek some shade, maybe bring some extra water along with you. So keep that in, it'll be nice. Here's your weekend planner, though. Saturday morning, partly cloudy. It's going to be nice, comfortable, calm Saturday afternoon. By the time we hit Saturday night, we do have that slight chance of having a pop-up shower or two later in the evening. I'm really not expecting it to impact too much of your Saturday. It's just something to keep an eye on. We'll keep you updated throughout your Saturday for that. But for your Sunday, though, nice and sunny in the morning, but I do see a chance of having some heavier showers roll in around your Sunday afternoon and evening. But for the most part, it's going to be pretty late. I'm expecting around 10, 11 o'clock for that heavier rain to start moving in. And by the time you get into Monday morning, that's really when you want to see the heavier rain. But we'll keep you updated on that. If you're going out at all this weekend, though, for that big holiday weekend, I know here in Columbus, we've got the Pride Fest. We have so many things going on. Sunday being the first day of summer and Father's Day. It's got a lot of events going on this weekend. So for your weekend destinations, it's looking pretty nice all across the board for your Saturday. Highs around low 80s, upper 70s. So if you want to get outside, like I said, it's a great day to do it. For your Sunday, though, slightly different chance. We've got highs around the upper 70s, a little bit warmer in some areas. 83 down in Hocking Hills for your high tomorrow. It's a little bit more cloudy over in Cincinnati, and for our upwards counties, around 75. So a little bit cooler in those areas. If you're going out to Indianapolis, though, maybe have a bit more rain coming in earlier for your Sunday. But for the most part, it's looking really nice all of Ohio. So, hey, it's looking good. High temperatures. We're already way below average for this time of year, topping off 79 tomorrow. Slightly warmer on Sunday, but we're dropping around 3 degrees. For that difference, it's around a 6-degree difference by the time you get into your Monday for your average high. So we're looking at a really nice cool down, but we are seeing more of a chance of rain. For the most part, though, into your week next week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, you're below average pretty much all week next week. So it's going to be quite nice. Here's that mugginess meter, though. Monday, like I said, with that chance of rain that we have in Sunday into Monday morning, that's when you're going to really see those humid conditions return. For the most part, other than that in the week, though, high 50s for your dew point, nice, comfortable. It's going to feel nice when you go outside, maybe like take a patio coffee or go on a walk. It's going to be a good couple days to do it. Maybe just avoid Sunday into Monday morning because it's going to be a little muggy out there. For your precipitation chances, though, Nice on Saturday night, just that chance of isolated showers tomorrow night. Again, not expecting this to really impact your day at all. It might just be a pop-up or two. Not everybody is going to see it. By the time you hit Sunday, these are those overnight chances, like I said. Sunday night into Monday morning, that's when you're going to really see a big rain chance come in. That's the next big rainmaker we're watching. But for the rest of the week, it's really nice. 0% chance Tuesday through Thursday. The next chance I see is really on Friday for that, like a spotty shower or two later in your summer, kind of getting back into that summer pattern that we see. But this is the biggest focus we want to focus on Sunday into Monday morning because we do see those heavier rain chances come in. Let's time that out for you, though. Pretty clear all day on Saturday, maybe a couple clouds on your 4 or 5 o'clock hours. By the time you get a little bit later into the evening, we might see that chance of a pop-up or two, but again, not really going to impact your day too much. Sunday morning also looking nice and clear. There's the chance of having a spotty shower or two Sunday, but by the time we hit 8 p.m. on Sunday, that's when you really get those clouds moving back in. It's going to be pretty cloudy as you get later into your Sunday night. But by the time we hit 11, 12, this is when we really start to see that rain kind of brew up. Right now, it's only settled around our northern counties, but it's going to pretty much impact the rest of us. That's when we really see that big wave come in around Monday at 8 a.m. We're expecting some pretty heavy rain across a lot of the area. But for the most part, it should be out by the time you hit, maybe by the time you get 9, 10 o'clock, by the time you get to work. But we will be keeping that updated, and this timing will change for sure by the time we hit into Sunday and Monday. But we'll keep you updated with everything here on 10 TV. For your temperature profile, though, like I said, June 24th to June 28th, it's going to be below normal for all of our temperatures. It's looking really nice. Like I said earlier, that temperature around 83 degrees, which is our normal for this time of year, we're significantly below that for all of Ohio. It's going to be quite nice. But for precipitation, we're actually drier than normal, too. So like any of rain we're seeing next week, we're going to be pretty dry in comparison to what we normally are for June, which, hey, in my opinion, I'm okay with it. Here's our highs for all of June, though. It's been pretty below average. We've had a really nice stretch over the last few days from Monday up until around Thursday. We haven't gotten our high end just for today, but I'm expecting it to be below normal. For the rest of our times, though, back from June 3rd, up until June 14th, we had a really long stretch of really warm days. So it's nice that we're having a couple cooler days to kind of combat everything we saw at the beginning of this month. Here's your 7-day forecast, though. Beautiful Friday for your Juneteenth. Saturday, we just had that chance of an isolated pop-up shower or two, high of 79. By the time you hit Sunday, 30% chance, and that's for the overnight into Monday morning rain. Not really seeing anything impacting your Father's Day during the day, but a high of 80 degrees. Cooling down a little bit on Monday with those morning rain chances. But by the time you hit Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, it's going to be pretty nice. I'm not really seeing much of any kind of rain chances, but we're warming slightly back up. But as I said earlier, your dew point's looking quite nice. It's not going to be too muggy, too humid. Besides your Sunday night into Monday morning, I give it a pretty much an A+ week. It's looking pretty good. But hey, for the most part, the weather's staying nice, pretty quiet this weekend, but we do want to take another look at the storm damage over here in Ohio from the recent systems. At least 2 tornadoes have been confirmed so far from the storms this week here in Ohio. That includes an EF2 tornado in Butler County and a newly confirmed tornado still waiting to be surveyed down in Pike County. This is video of Pike County, and they are still cleaning up after severe storms swept through the area early yesterday morning. So this is new drone footage showing you that damage. 10 TV will continue to follow the survey and bring you more information later today when it does become available. And of course, tornadoes are not the only storms causing problems around the nation as we head into the weekend. What remains of former Tropical Storm Arthur is still causing major flooding all around the southeastern U.S. Take a look at this video from Harrison County, Mississippi, as they sustained extensive damage and flooding after Tropical Storm Arthur swept across the region on Thursday. Many vehicles were stranded on roadways as rainwater accumulated. WLOX reported that the Swan Lake neighborhood had to be evacuated due to damage at a nearby dam. Elsewhere, the Anchor Lake Dam in Mississippi is in danger of failing due to major flooding. The National Weather Service issued a catastrophic flash flood emergency on Thursday for Pearl River County. Emergency officials said around 55,000 people are in the downstream path. Emergency crews are monitoring the situation and are ready to issue evacuations. Residents were urged to seek higher ground until the potential threat is over. Over in Texas, though, strong, slow-moving thunderstorms created hazardous conditions on Friday morning in Dallas. Flash flooding left some roads impassable. Up to 4 inches of rain fell in the city within hours, officials say. Near downtown is pretty much the worst places that were worst hit, especially under the underpasses. The area is expected to dry out by Thursday afternoon. And then over in Louisiana, Shelby DeShante, a Moraville resident, had to evacuate her home on Thursday due to flooding. According to KALB, she was able to rescue her 2 children as well as her dog. She wasn't the only one heading for higher ground, though. In central Louisiana, a 40-year-old Neville Parish resident, Cody Coco, used a boat to rescue the 4 pigs he kept in a pen a few miles from his home close by. In a video he shared on his Facebook page, it shows the hogs swimming out of their enclosure in torrent of murky water. Coco says that they are now safe on higher ground. With more on the continuing impact from what remains of Arthur, here's CNN's Reed Binion.
I live across the street. I mean, it's definitely not something somebody would want to live in here and have to worry about, for sure.
Residents in southeast Mississippi allowed to return to their homes Thursday after officials lifted an evacuation order that was put in place over concerns about a potential dam failure amid rising water. Officials ultimately decided they had high confidence the dam would hold. But that high water just part of the monumental flood threat hitting areas in the Gulf Coast and south due to the remnants of Tropical Storm Arthur. On Thursday, the Weather Prediction Center issued a rare level 4 of 4 high risk of flooding rainfall for parts of 4 different states in the region. The storms also bringing powerful winds that toppled trees and even sent this truck trailer tumbling. High winds whipping up a waterspout caught on camera during a live broadcast.
That's coming on shore of Highway 90 right there. Incredible.
Arthur's remnants also produced multiple tornadoes, including one that left a trail of destruction in Avondale, Louisiana.
Next thing I know, everything is on top of me rolling.
If we can get through today with everyone safe, I think we say that we're very blessed.
As the weather threat continues, neighbors are coming together to help even the smallest members of their communities. I'm Reed Binion reporting.
Turning now to our nicer weather ahead for the weekend, there's also a ton of events happening. Freedom will be celebrated here today in Genoa Park in downtown Columbus. The Juneteenth Ohio Festival is underway now and runs until 10 p.m. today and from noon to 10 tomorrow. The Juneteenth flag is now flying at the Ohio State House. You can see a crowd gathered to watch another red, white, and blue flag be raised. Many we spoke to say Juneteenth is a time to reflect on the past and continue working to make the future even better.
I would say it's an opportunity to celebrate our achievement and to recognize and let other people recognize what we have done and all we've contributed to America.
We have a list of all the Juneteenth celebrations happening in Central Ohio this weekend on 10tv.com. We are also getting ready for the start of the Columbus Air Show this weekend. It's being headlined by the U.S. Air Force Thunderbirds. This year the shows will have a first. Both today and tomorrow, they will have an all-new Twilight show. Gates open at 1 p.m. in Rickenbacker International Airport. The first aircraft will take flight at 3:30. Also happening today, it's the start of the Ghana Creekside Blues and Jazz Festival. It's an annual event over Father's Day weekend. This will be the festival's 27th year. You're looking currently at pictures from previous years. The city says there will be more than 30 artists on 3 stages, some from all around here. There will also be food and artisan booths. But if you want to save some cash this weekend while celebrating Dad, you don't even have to wait for those big online sales to start. Ohio's annual free fishing days return this Saturday and Sunday. For 48 hours, any Ohio resident can fish in public waters all across the state without needing to buy a license. It is a completely free way to get outside. Drop a line and give Dad the gift of some quality time together on his special day. But remember, kids under 16 always fish free in Ohio. Continuing with weekend events, if you're looking for a fun run to do this weekend, there's still time to sign up for the 97.1 The Fan Race. It's the event's second year. This race is happening starting tomorrow. This is video from last year. You have the option of running or walking a 5K, a 97.1K, which is just over 6 miles, or doing the mile walk. Tyvis Powell will also be there for a 40-yard dash. The event starts at 8 tomorrow morning in Audubon University. Keep in mind, you can wear whatever you want while you run, but last year, our Adam King ran, unfortunately, in a suit. And finally, it's the first day of the 45th Stonewall Columbus Pride. The theme of the two-day event is Until We're All Free. Today's festivities will begin at 4 p.m. in Goodale Park. There will be live music, vendors, and plenty of good food. The second day of the festival will kick off at 11 a.m. following the annual Pride March at 10:30. Before we move on, here's a look at Goodale Park, where the city of Columbus and Stonewall Columbus are all set up for the Pride Festival starting in just about 4 hours. You can see roads already blocked off, and the traffic will only get heavier as we get into tomorrow. The Pride March begins tomorrow at 10:30 in the morning on High Street downtown. 10TV anchor Brianna Albizu has the full list of road closures that will impact whether you're headed downtown for Pride or if you're just hanging out in the area.
Yeah, let's go ahead and start with that march. Just like last year, it's happening along High Street, as you can see from this map, from Broad Street all the way up towards Buttles Avenue over by the festival at Goodale Park. Keep in mind when it comes to this closure, too, an extension a little bit. The lineup is near Rich Street and High Street, and for that actual timing, it's going to be 7 a.m. on Saturday morning. Doesn't open back up, folks, until 4 p.m. later that afternoon. Speaking of the festival, once again happening over by Goodale Park by 670. We do have street closures already in place. That includes Goodale Street between Denison and High Street, closed until Monday afternoon at 4 o'clock. Lastly, when it comes to Pride parking, we do have some options for you there. When it comes to the march, Columbus Commons and the State House are great options. Just get there early if you can. For the festival, parking by the Nationwide Boulevard lots and garages and just kind of walking up to the park is your best route. And lastly, COTA is having some shuttles free, running every 15 minutes and will be lasting until midnight. Back to you.
Until then, you can catch more news and weather online at 10tv.com. Have a great afternoon.